Hey, good day, people. So I'm looking at Storm X right now. I'm doing a repositioning of my portfolio. So I do own some Storm X. However, I'm looking to scale out of that position. I may even be looking for an opportunity to actually roll 100% out of the position. Here's some of my reasons on why, and this is not financial advice. Last night, going through the process, dealing with the different functionality of the wallet, looking at their platform. I want to be able to have my assets that are easier for my family to access in the event that something happens to me. And I feel like Storm X platform is still too advanced. It still um, takes a lot of clicking through navigation for a beginner. And so I have to keep that in mind when you're thinking about your wife and kids or uh, someone else who may need to get access on your behalf. And I don't feel comfortable with that. So with that being said, I figured that what I would do is work on repositioning and allocating a certain portion, but I'm leaning towards maybe 100%. I haven't made a decision yet, but I'm looking at other assets that I can actually roll into as well too. So this will be part of the rolling strategy that I've created. So let's look at let's look at StormX. Um, so its all-time high back over here is like 20 cents. I'm not going to look at the all-time high. I'm going to base everything off of this because in order to get to your all-time highs, you have to cross this barrier right here, which is around 8 cents, which I believe on other platforms is as high as 10 cents. Let's see. So if we look at an 8 cent Storm X, and let me get up my calculator. All right, so let's look at his 8 cent. I think it's like 8.5. And we're going to divide that by, let's do the current price now, which is 0.0042. All right, so that gives us a 20x to get back to that particular price level. So let's look at some other assets that potentially could be a nice move. So let's look at Jasmine. So it's at 0.0046. And we're going to go back and we're going to look and we're going to keep this simple. All right, so look right here. That's at 20 cents. All right, so we're not talking about coming back up here around $4.50, $5 range. A lot of people, they make their assumption on, hey, price is going to come back up here. I don't play that game because if you look at this sell off, I mean, yes, that was a big major sell off, and we know why. All right, you just have more selling pressure than buying pressure. But now we are in this region, and this move here, in order to even think about getting back up to these levels, you got to cross this level. So we're talking about 27 cent. All right, 27 cent. You see right there. So let's do the math now on that. That's 58x, 5,800% gain. This is why I will look at, now I can take a fraction of what I had in StormX and I could take a risk and roll it over into Jasmine coin. And I don't even have to try to. So most people try to hold to try to get back. Oh, it's going to get back up to maybe $5 or $3. They're looking for those. I'm not looking for those price levels. those price levels I'm looking for 4, 5, 6 years down the road. The next rally point, that's where I'm looking at. So I want to take a certain percentage and I want to play that next rally point. I want to get to 27 cents. So I will build a position that once, if it gets to 27 cents, now we're talking. It's enough to be able that when you scale out of that position a certain percentage, you have something that's worthwhile. And you're like, all right, I did it. So when it comes to wealth building, especially in crypto, it's a lot of moving around. I'm not staying stationary in certain projects. So this is also part of a springboard strategy, um, mixed in with a tier strategy and a rolling strategy. So I want to roll. I want to roll what I've already have into something else because I feel like something else may have more fuel in the tank when the market begins to recover and move. And it doesn't have a whole lot of what we call resistance to get there. So Jasmine Coin, yes, it's on some of the major exchanges. Yes, it has gone through a little ordeal with Binance, and they're working that out. But this is a risk I want to take. That's why I tell you, this is not financial advice. This is just me explaining what I'm trying to do for myself. Another thing you want to consider too is StormX is running out of real estate. What I mean by that, not many platforms actually are holding StormX. Once again, I'm thinking of my family. What is the likelihood of them being able to access and move around? I need something that is on multiple platforms. Of course, we know Jasmine is on Coinbase, so that's a big, huge plus. I have to check see if it's on crypto.com. Let's see. Let's go to markets. Yeah, it is. So that's good. So crypto.com, Qcoin, Kraken, Coinbase, of course, Binance. But yeah. And yeah, that to me, um, it's a no brainer. So that's why would want to be able to start shifting my focus. Now, Safe Haven is another one as well too that I would like to continue to add for their legacy. Now, when it comes to them, I would like to see them more in American markets as well too. Right now, we just got Qcoin and they got the big throw in Ocean X. We need Safe Haven to really be in the American market. Either crypto.com or Coinbase, shoot, even Kraken if that's the case. But they're not. I heard reports that they may be working on that, but that's my only concern is that they're not. I'm still going to hold this position, but at the same time, too, definitely at these price levels would love to add. Here's why. Look at the chart. We will see that at this particular price point, once again, people come over here and they look at this. All right, 9 cent. All right, what to do? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about this. So we're talking about 0.016 of a cent. All right. I mean 0.016 of a cent. Let's do the math on that one. So we're gonna do 0.016 divided by its current price, 0.0005. Let's see what the other number was. 1. All right, it's 31x. Okay, so it's 31 times your money. So you see where I'm going with this. If you do this, of course it's going to be astronomical. And let's do it. And it's roughly 0.095. And this is what get people blinded. It's 186 times your money. Put $1,000 in, that's $186,000. It sounds great. Sounds good. Could it happen? Of course. It's crypto. Yeah. But I wouldn't focus on that number. I would focus on building a position that where if it hits 10 cent, 20 cent, 15 cent, I'm sorry, not 15 cent, 20 cent. If it hits 1 cent, 2 cent, where we're still making the same money versus someone waiting for it to get all the way to 9 cent, or 10 cent or more. Some people even put in their head, oh man, this is going to go to $1. It may. It may. Let's play with those numbers. It's at 0005 right now. Let's say you put in $200 divided by 0.000051. You get 392,000 coins. And of course, we know the times is $1. If we think it's going to get to $1, it's going to get to that. Yeah, it's $292,000. But let's say it doesn't get there, and it goes to, I don't know, 13 cent. It's $50,980. This is where the tier strategy comes in. You literally can invest $200 and you can say, hey, I'm tagging this $200 with the future hopeful price of 13 cent. And if I can get that, then I will scale out. You can book $50,980 off of that particular tier. So that's what the tier strategy is good at. If you're looking at this video for the first time and you don't understand what the tier strategy is, it's in the playbook. I'll pull it up in a few minutes so you can see it. All right, so in the Dark Horse Investors playbook, we're going to go all the way down to the actual strategies. Let's see where we at. Yes. All right, so here's the tier strategy and how it works. Of course, I give you a quick story on that. So you have a tier strategy that's on page 71. Right, so you can go through. Make sure you download this. It's on Telegram in the group chat. I probably will email it out to everyone as well again for those who don't have it. But go to Telegram. It's in the file section, and you can break it down. I'm sorry, you can download it. But yeah, here's a tier strategy. Just breaking down how it works. I'm giving examples. Right, and so you were able to capitalize off of that, right? So this is important for us to use these strategies during these times, right? And like I said, I'm using a rolling strategy as well too. Now, will I be rolling to safe haven? Probably not, because of what the concern of I don't like that they're so centralized on those Asian exchanges. I don't have American base. I need American base. Um, so I do have a pretty decent amount of a position where if it do, I can roll it over. But however, I don't want to add too heavy of that position right now. Let's look at uh, H bar. Right? So H bar is another one where I would look at putting a portion of my um, Storm X into H bar. Of course, we like a lot of the developments that are happening with them. We like the fact that they're not blockchain; they're hash graph technology. That's great as well too. So that gives us some form of competition in a blockchain space where you have another organization that's going head to head. The Hedera hash graph has a lot of functionality that blockchain doesn't. Increased security, etc. Even though people argue over the decentralization of it, of blockchain versus centralization of Hedera, but Hedera is also a collective network of a lot of corporations and other seats set by other organizations like nonprofits to help ensure that the network has integrity. And so that's something you still want. It's hard for people to really wrap their brain around that. The more you want to push decentralization, a lot of times you're going to be caught in a situation where you're not going to have the support that you need in the time that you actually need it. Such as if there's a bad actor that has exploited something um, in the decentralized realm. Okay, who's going to hold that person accountable? Who's going to bring justice if you need it? Who's working on your behalf? So you have to keep in mind that certain things do need some form of centralization. So that's some of the bad rap that Hedera gets, that they feel like it could be too centralized. What we got to understand is that even in the world that we work in, if we in the real world had too much decentralization, you will have probably anarchy eventually. You're going to have people running rogue, taking advantage of others because you don't have that strong community of support to make sure it doesn't happen. So I think it's good that we can merge and have different functionalities that can apply to the decentralized manner and also the centralized. I think there needs to be a marrying of the both. Um, so Hashgraph gives you some form of that. It has a lot of functionality that a blockchain would have as well too. But do some more research on it, read up on them, and see what they're doing. All right, but it's currently sitting at 5 cents. The price target is up front, up higher, maybe a little bit more. Um, I'm not gonna say challenging, but the price action on the chart may be. So right here you have 8 cent, the next biggest rally, and then to get back up to this point, you have a 24 cent, and we all know that your biggest percentage gains it's not going to really come even if you get back to these levels right here. We would literally. So how about this? Hedera, in my opinion, price action is really, this is not it. Um, it's it's not currently the future price is really not truly built in right now. This is not it. What you see on the chart, this is not it. I feel that it's going to really go to a level that we're not going to be able to look back on a price chart and try to get a gauge. Like I said, yes, we could go back and look at some of these other levels that it left a print. But to me, I'm not looking to hold to exit out on any of these levels, and that's just my strategy for that. Um, right now, for it to get back to it, just all time high, it's just a 10x from right here. And we all know that in crypto, I mean, 10x. I mean, it's great. It's 1,000 times your money, but I'm sorry, not 1,000, but 1,000% times your money. That's pretty good. But we expect more. Right now, if we were even back here, now we're probably talking, and you get up to this 51 area. But once again, H bar is one of those ones where I just slowly trickle in and buy each interval, but I'm not looking for to be getting down at none of these levels. This is for a long haul. I want to see what this do 4, 5, 6, 10 years from now, and just keep it moving. So some assets I am going to be looking to scale out and over the next couple of months to years, playing the game a little bit different. Uh, but yeah, so I'm not going to keep it long, this video. Yes, like I said, I looking at scaling out of my Storm X. I've had some good runs with it. Of course, it got beaten down with everything else before. But now I'm looking at, okay, what would make sense for me to roll in? And I really want to look at things that's going to be easier for my family in the event that something happens to me, that they'll be able to actually benefit from. All right, so that's that video. Um, Make sure you guys are still doing your research on various asset classes. You did hear about China is now um, opening up its country to be in the metaverse, but they're using theirs to build their the infrastructure of the health of their nation, physical health and mental health. They want to use the blockchain. I'm sorry, they want to use the metaverse as a tool to help with that. So keep an eye out on metaverse-based crypto projects. And let me see if I can find that for you guys before we go. All right, so here's some top metaverse by market cap. And we know ICP just got destroyed as far as this year. But I hear a lot of good things that could be happening with them. And yes, I did scale out of my ICP as well too. I just felt that I wanted to build on some other positions that I had a strong conviction about. I believe that this will do good still, ICP. However, like I said, I had a plan to do something else, and I just stuck with it. Look, I'm not married, to these coins like that. Even though I love Cardano, if I found something that I think is going to be much more powerful, I would look to take action on it. But yeah, go through and look at these metaverse. All right, let's see what they're going to, how they're going to respond to what China is doing. It'll probably be a little bit delayed, but you may see. We saw Nvidia take off. We saw, of course, Facebook Meta take off as well too. All right, so remember what I told you guys before. That metaverse, a lot of people are sleeping on it. A lot of people, they don't understand. They don't see it right now. They can't see it. But metaverse is just like what the internet was in 1999, basically. It's a lot of hype, promise. 2000 came, then you had a dot-com bubble. It burst. And then after that burst, you had some of the most iconic businesses to build on the internet. And the internet, it just opened up a array of services, products that we've never seen and didn't know could exist. You're watching this video based off a platform that's built on the internet. And so we got to ask yourself, what is the next products or service that's going to be built in the metaverse? And that's where your next billion and trillionaires will be created. And also, these technology with blockchain and Hedera hash graph is going to be a monster. All right, so it's your boy E White. I'm out. Hit the like button, subscribe. Have a great day.